I touch and salute the holy feet of Bharat Mata, the most powerful and the most merciful. सबसे पहले मैं वत्सल्या और करना की भूमि भारत माता की कोटि कोटि वंदन करता हूँ. Today we are releasing the great speeches of our great Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. The leader is one who inspires everyone. The great success of our Narendra Modi ji is that he inspires everyone. He inspires Ashwini ji, and Ashwini ji inspires all of us today, because 2 days back he has completed the biggest tunnel, the most critical path of the first bullet train in Mumbai. We all heard the inspiring speech from our Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha, Harivansh ji, and in his speech he has clearly expressed how he has been inspired by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. My Secretary, Sriman Amit Khare ji, Secretary, Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Sriman Sanjay Sarju ji, and the distinguished guests who have gathered here, Sabiko Namaskar, and today is the first day of our great Navaratri festival. And my special greetings to all of you on this Navaratri. And this Navaratri is one, it inspires everyone. And we are all talking about equal rights for women. But there is no equal right. But it is more than equal for women in this country all the time. There is no single festival. There are so many festivals we celebrate every year, every month. But there is no single festival that has been continuously celebrated for 9 consecutive days that is only for goddess, not for God. That is way that our society has been designed, and we have got the great tradition of giving that first respect to the mothers. And after assuming the office of the Vice President of India, this is my very first public function, and that too on the Navaratri day, that too of releasing the great speeches of our great Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. It's a matter of deep personal pride for me to release these volumes containing the speeches of our illustrious Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, speaking about a person who is living inspiration for millions across the country and abroad, who motivates people through his own contact to give their very best. We are always worried about how to give the best. I am always insisting, if we give our best, that is the greatest contribution that an individual can do it for the society. We should not worry about the best, but we should try to give our best. That all the best of ours will give the best of for the society. Our Prime Minister has grown from being a representative of the common man to the true people's leader, whose determination has shown us how the impossible can be made possible. Though 50% duty has been put on India by America, but Trump is always saying, Modi ji is my great friend. Even that situation, he has not said, I am against Modi, but he is always telling, I am for Modi. Modi ji is a great friend of Putin, he is a great friend of Trump. At the same time, Jinping also, in spite of the differences of international politics, is a good friend of Modi ji that we have seen today. And that's why he make all the impossible possible. When there is a will in your heart to serve the humanity without any expectation, then the way will come and the success will come. नामुमकिन को मुमकिन करना, असंभव को संभव करना. And who has been known to me personally for many decades. I am working with him for a long time. Now, more than 4 decades I am working with him. What is the difference between him and other leaders is that everybody is planning their good thoughts. The difference is he implements his good planning in the most perfect way. That's why the success is coming. Speaking about such a person is like taking a journey through countless memories. It becomes challenging to decide where to begin, and I find myself in that very situation today. These volumes containing the selected speeches from the 4th and 5th years of Prime Minister Modi ji's second term manifest his vision and approach to good governance in many ways. The books have been published under the titles Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Viswas, and Sabka Prayas. These speeches have been carefully selected and elegantly presented by the Publication Division of our Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, who deserves praise for their good efforts. And they all worked as a team that I appreciate their efforts. And on behalf of you, I am appreciating it, and I request you all to give a big hand for them. When one reads the speeches section by section, one begins to clearly see the Prime Minister's vision, innovative approach to governance, clarity of thought on national and global issues, deep understanding of the people's sentiments. That is more important. People's sentiments cannot be ignored by a great leader. He always takes that into account, and that is his top priority. And his will to ensure that welfare schemes reach the very last person in the society. That is where the poverty can be eradicated. In short, these books are key to understanding the Prime Minister's contributions and dreams for the nation. They allow readers to connect with their Pradhan Sevak through his own words. In the past decade, we have been seen revival of our country's cultural identity. Our history's forgotten heroes have been brought back to the mainstream discourse by Ek Bharat, Shrestha Bharat. The Tamil Sangamam in Kashi and Gujarat, Janjatiya Gaurav Divas, renaming Rajpath as the Kartavya Path, a powerful message of prioritizing the public duty and public welfare in governance has been given. India's youth are the foundation of a developed nation. In 2047, the government is constantly striving to unleash their creativity and expand the opportunities for their entrepreneurship. Be it Startup India, Fit India, and Kele India, These initiatives are not only creating opportunities for young people, but also empowering them through Skill India and massive Roser Melas. And when we are entering into a memorandum of understanding, the agreements with foreign countries, the skill development is getting the top priority. This mutual trust between the government and the nation's youth give us the strength to set and achieve big goals. The Mera Yuva Bharat, My Bharat initiative is based on this same faith and vision. In 2023, the world witnessed the historic G20 summit in New Delhi, where India's increasingly strong role on the global stage was clearly visible. India successfully championed the cause of developing countries, ensured that the African Union was admitted as a permanent member of the G20. An essential step towards giving all nations a rightful place in the world order. Nobody is inferior and nobody is superior. India has shown that our aspiration to become a global power is not driven by dominance, but by the idea of global welfare. Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, the world is one family. Why we want to become powerful? Not to dictate terms to others, but take the humanity as a whole. At the same time, nobody can dictate terms to the poor nations. The government's focus is not just on the global, but equally on the local. The Vocal for Local campaign inspires our entrepreneurs to meet the challenges of creating products, Make in India, made for the world. The vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat, the self-reliant India, even yesterday also he spoke about it, has already translated into tangible results. India's space missions, indigenous development of electronics and medical technologies are increasing self-reliance in defense production. The country has witnessed the success of Operation Sindoor, which highlighted the importance of indigenous defense equipment. On one hand, there are global initiatives such as the International Solar Alliance. On the other hand, schemes like PM Surya Gaur, Mufat Baji Yojana, Mufat Bijli Yojana has been launched to reduce the electricity burden on ordinary citizens. The UN's Sustainable Development Goals find a direct reflection in the government's programs, whether it is quality education in the mother tongue, clean drinking water for every home, sanitation as a social habit, accessible health care, poverty eradication, clean energy, or climate action. Each of these schemes is being a powerful instrument of positive change in the lives of 1.4 billion Indians. In the past, India was facing severe poverty. As all we know, when we are so young, people have to go in the queue to get their very essentials like rice, wheat, they have to be in the queue in the ration shop for a long time. And it is not freely available in the open market. In the last 11 years, through the use of technology and various government initiatives such as Jan Dhan Yojana, Aadhaar mobile linkage, direct benefit transfer, PM Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Lakbadi Didi, and many others like PM Kisan for farmers, Mundra Yojana, PM Sivanidhi, and PM Vishwakarma, more than 25 crore people have been able to come out of extreme poverty and live a life with dignity. When a toilet is built in a house, it is not only promotes the cleanliness, but also gives dignity to the woman of the household. how they go in the late night or in the early morning, that has been solved out. Thus, this collection of speeches has been aptly titled, there cannot be better title than this, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Viswas, or Sabka Prayas. Prime Minister Modi draws upon Bharat's civilizational ethos rooted in Dharma, Kartavyabodh, and Seva Bhav. He reminds us that a strong nation is not built on power alone, but on character and unity. We want to develop, but at the same time, we want to preserve our great tradition. For the Prime Minister, no goal is ever too far or too difficult, for he constantly draws strength from the power of 1.4 billion Indians. His unshakable faith in our collective potential turned the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan into a mass movement of Jan Bhagirathi and instilled in the spirit of cleanliness is service. The same faith gave him the courage to lead India firmly on the path of self-reliance during the COVID crisis. A decade ago, India was considered as a fragile 5 economies. Today, India has proudly grown as the 4th largest economy in the world. From nowhere, we come to 5th. From 5th, we have reached 4th. And we are moving towards 3rd. And I'm sure by 2047, India will be the #1 economy of the world. This is not merely an economic achievement, it is the fruit of national discipline, self-reliance, and the spirit of Rashtra Pratham. India first, motherland first, that guides our development journey. It is heartening to see the dream of Viksit Bharat shining in the eyes of the principle of Rashtra Pratham, that is nation first, echoing in the heart of every citizen. This renewed love for our heritage, history, language, and culture is sign of the country's Amrit Kal. As you read these volumes, many such thoughts will arise in your mind too. These books will help us to understand the strength and aspirations of New India and inspire all of us to remain committed to our duties during the Amrit Kal leading to Viksit Bharat by 2047. Yes, we have to read about our rights, but our rights will get protected when we complete our duties in the most rightful way. My heartiest congratulations to the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting and the entire Publications Division team once again for their great effort in bringing these most wanted volumes of his speech of our great Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. As the great Saint Thirular has said, Kodayali Sengol, Kudiyombal, Nangum, Udayanam, Vendarku Oli. That means he is the right of rulers who has 4 qualities: beneficence, benevolence, rectitude, and care for his own people. May our country continue to benefit from the lights and thoughts of our great leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister. And I am sure with all these great inspiration what the youngsters are getting from our great Prime Minister, that will induce them to work more, that will induce them to achieve more, that will induce them more disciplined, and that will induce them to conquer the world, not to dictate terms to others. But nobody can dictate terms to any poor nation. With these words, I am really happy And I thank our Ashwini ji and the IB Ministry for giving me this opportunity as my first public function after I am assuming the office of Vice President of India. Thank you. Long live Bharat. Thank you.
बहुत धन्यवाद माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति जी। हम आभार व्यक्त करते हैं कि माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति जी का